Hi, Demi. How are you?
I'm good, Seth.
I
How are
like that
you?
we're both showing off our beautiful stonework.
Yeah,
How have you been holding up?
I would say I feel so grateful that all considered, I'm holding up very well. I'm grateful to be out of the bigger cities and out in small town America of Idaho, where I raise my kids. And it's so beautiful to look outside every day. So, yes.
Counting blessings. I know you're spending the time with your three daughters, and how have they enjoyed the extra time with you? I feel like parents really appreciate it. I'm wondering how the kids feel.
I think that they have equally appreciated. They kind of some have come in and out, but a real testament is their desire to get back here, even when they've had to go back to do some work to all be together. And that is really the gift in the challenge is this quality time. And it's a great opportunity to work on stuff because stuff is definitely going to come up when you're all this close together for so long.
That is very true. But it strikes me that I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I'm so enjoying it. We also have our dog, and our dog, I think dogs can, obviously sense your stress, and I think we're all a little bit stressed out because of the time we're living in. And so our dog has been acting a little squirrely. But you have how many dogs in the house right now? Be honest to me.
Okay, so I personally have 7. Each of my daughters have 1 or 2 pets. I have someone who works with me, who's been working with me for 27 years, who also brings a pet. My aunt is visiting. She has a dog. I mean,
Are the dogs cohabitating well? Because I feel like we're spending a lot of time talking about how family members are getting through this time being under one roof. How do the dogs handle it?
Look, I think for dogs in general, their owners are home. They're getting more time with them. Mine, I have a lot of rescues, which, I feel lucky that I can actually take on this many. And in that grouping is an entire litter of 4. And so they're all,
oh, wow.
So I have 3, my aunt has 1. So they're loving it. They're like living their best lives, truly. And, but a 2 and a 4-year-old, you guys are like on it.
Yeah.
That's like full on entertainment. Like you.
It's good. Yeah, they definitely require a lot of our attention, but it's been really, especially with the 2-year-old, each day feels like a lifetime because they're just a different person at the end of 24 hours. And because, ultimately they have so much more in my attention just because I'm working, my hours are better. It's been really cool to watch them, grow up.
Amazing. I really think that is an incredible gift and something that I feel a lot of people are gaining from this, which is things that they can do at home that they didn't realize they could. And I think, wherever this goes and whatever happens, I do think that there is going to be some permanent change in our perception of what we do and how we do it.
It's very true. Just in general, what is worth valuing and what is worth trying to minimize in our lives. I want to ask this because you received, I guess, some attention is the right way of putting this. Someone noted online maybe some design touches that people would not have expected from any human being. We're going to show the photo, but I think the thing that was most jarring was that you have carpeting in your bathroom.
Okay, so, which is interesting, which actually, because this is the house, again, that my children grew up in, and that originally was a Bruce Willis choice.
Okay.
So not to put it off on him. We also live in the mountains where it gets very cold. So it's never bothered me. It's actually quite good. We put rugs in our bathroom.
Yeah, that's true.
But I appreciate the interest that has gone into all of my little oddities because this this place definitely houses a lot of my treasures, and I have had some big laughs over the comments with my family who know me well of all of my eccentricities of small and large, you know, like my giant tennis ball.
Right, a very helpful thing to have around the house.
Everyone should have one. I highly recommend my giant safety pin.
Yep, these are they're great.
But I want to point out one thing. In all of the comments, I was most disappointed that nobody commented that the couch that was in there, which I'm sitting on right now, is a miniature couch.
Oh, so this is fascinating. I didn't realize you're actually on the couch right now. So that means that behind where I am right now is basically where the bathtub is, correct?
Well, no, because the couch is not normally in my bathroom.
Oh, that makes me feel better, because the couch being there also seemed weird.
I had to move all that in because, you know, we were doing this podcast that we're here to talk about, and we had to find the place for the best sound. So I did a test in my closet. I did in various places. What came back is that the bathroom had the best sound. So I was in there for many hours a day, but I couldn't bring full-size furniture in. So this little miniature couch was something that I made for my children long ago. And so I just whipped this baby in there.
That's fantastic. So giant tennis balls, tiny couches. That's basically how you're living your life.
There you go.